Hello, I am Sean Sanders from GamersWithJobs.com. We are back with more Stellaris pre-release build of the Platytudean Empire, spacefaring empire that we're just getting started with here. I'll go ahead and restart. We had some unknown aliens who appear to be leaving our system show up, and we need to figure out who they are and what they are and how to talk to them. So along with the normal research we do, we also have these things show up in the situation log where we need to learn more about these aliens, codenamed the Alpha aliens. We want to figure out if they have a language and decipher it and establish communications. So you can research these as well. It doesn't directly switch out anything you're doing in your research, but it does sort of block something you're doing for a while. So you can see here, while we're researching this for the next half year, we won't make any progress on our colony ship research. And so you need to make a choice around that. Now, sometimes you may get a piece of this back as part of finishing it. We'll see. But we definitely want to research this new alien species, figure out who they are, what they're up to, what they're all about. Do they know stuff? Let's find out. All right, so our guy here, our construction ship, did he finish? Yeah, finish that station. It
Anomaly
looks like.
found.
Oh, all right. This guy's level 2, anomaly risk level 2. As we remember, our guy has the skill to reduce the failure risk, so we're going to go ahead and research it. He must have found some playful ruins. Found something in that other system he's researching. Going to get our construction ship to start making us some more cash over here. We have our 3 star bases, not star bases, but mining stations already up, adding to our resources. Now, for each of these stations we build, we are paying maintenance as well. So when we build one of these mining stations, or later on a research station, that's going to cost some of these energy credits. So, I mean, that's where a lot of your energy credits ends up going, why you have to sort of maintain equilibrium there. You can't just be like, oh, well, once I'm over this, I never need to build another station for this. No, doesn't work that way. You're constantly spending a little more of that. We can see here this pop is getting close-ish to increasing. Abandoned amusement park. This is our science ship, Rousseau the Sour, on Ginnigan 2. The structures on Ginnigan 2 are not as old as we first believed. It seemed to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science Officer Gessler notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that to the builder's alien's eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic arts installation. Regardless, to us, platitudes, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. So we gained some society research and engineering research. Let's see. So that will go into here. Engineering goes from 20 down to 10. Cut our engineering.
Situation log updated.
We have encountered another form of alien. My goodness, everybody's coming to Platis. Everybody come hang out at Platis, I guess. Yeah, down here. Some new alien has come and shown up. These are now beta aliens. Have a sense I know what these are, just from some other games, but as you can see, I love the visuals. One of the nice things about this game is even though you spend most of it at this level or even this level, when you actually get down to it, this is a gorgeous game. You get down to, I mean, there's a level of details on these ships that's really cool, and getting into this cinematic look. High above the, where's our own planet? Where's our planet? There it is. High above Mammalis. The planets look amazing.
Special project complete.
The suns look amazing. I love it. Space amoebas, the entities encountered by our fleet some time ago. So this is that first alien research we were doing. Our space forms of life, quickly named space amoebas. Following an analysis, gross misreading of initial sensor output, the creature is in fact larger than the average Platytudean corvette. Further study is warranted. We may choose to either remotely monitor the creature and its kin from Mammalis, or attempt to swiftly bring down the specimen to study and eventually commercially exploit its remains. Could do space amoeba. I'm always tempted to do this one, but I don't want to go around. I don't want to be the dude who just shoots down space amoebas. I know we're going to be shooting down space amoebas in time, but
situation log
for now,
updated.
That doesn't seem like the happy approach. So that while we have finished the investigate the alpha aliens, it's offered us a new piece of research here, which finishes relatively quickly. So we're going to take that. That's like 3 months. That's no time at all. Construction ship has built another thing, so we'll go ahead and build our last mining station for this sector over here. We don't have any other stars right now that seem to fall within our sphere of influence. So even though this star has a ton of like, oh, this is going to be our research central. These are, instead of, we're here, you know, we'll build a mining station to get our credits.
System survey complete.
With these, where it has physics research and society research, we'll build research stations, which are great. So we'll keep kind of looking at our nearby planets.
Special project complete.
All right, so we finally figured out everything about the space amoebas. The space amoebas, nickname now lovingly popularized on Mammalis, are solitary animals. When left to their own devices, all but the youngest specimens are accompanied by quasi-independent organisms dubbed flagella, seemingly spawned by the amoeba and programmed through liquid RNA-laced secretions to do the bidding of the host. Initially assumed to be young, there are potential military applications of the graceful patterns of circulation apparent in the flagella's movement. So by doing that research, we've added a modifier to our entire fleet, permanent modifier of evasion plus 5%. Evasion is good in battle. It means enemies miss you more often, which I'm a fan of. So that progress, even though we sort of slowed down our research on our colony ship here, which we kind of want this research. We got some really good potential habitable planets right next door. It did provide us some nice output, right? It provided a permanent bonus to our fleets and to our nation at large. What do we have over here? So we have another fleet over here. These are the beta aliens. Are they doing sensor scans? No. They're not that kind of aliens. And another continental world. Oh, man.
Research
Our
complete.
neighborhood is just perfect for colonizing. We have finished geothermal fracking. That means basically this is a building that we can use to upgrade our mining capacity on planets. We'll mess with that in a second. And our next thing we want to research, we can reveal a special resource. We can create essentially a research facility. We can do more upgrades for our mining capacity, or we can set it up so that we can build our improved spaceport. This number obviously is the number of research points it's going to take. Tempted to go ahead and get our engineering facility. Research is important in this game, even if it doesn't happen right away.
Hostile fleet detected. Evading hostile fleet.
All right, so this is a busy little system here. This is a great little bit of help. You can tell here your fleets are in green, sort of neutral fleets in yellow, and obviously red, yellow, green. I don't need to explain that. You get that. Space amoebas. We just don't know if they're hostile or not yet. I think it's highly unlikely that they'll actually attack us, so I'm going to take this fleet out of the automatically evade stance. We'll have to keep a little closer eye on them to make sure they don't wander into a situation they can't control. But I would be pretty surprised if this fleet doesn't turn around and just zip right back out. Once you warp into a system...
Hostile fleet detected.
Good grief. This is space amoebas everywhere I turn. Man, we are in amoeba central over here. Once you warp in, you have this sort of wind down phase where your ships are sort of vulnerable. They can't warp back out of the system. They can't really thrust. Once they warp in, it's like everything sort of shuts down and has to spool back up, which can be scary. And then it's immediately warping back out. You can see the warp effect here. I suspect this thing is going to do the exact same thing. Really pose no threats at this point, and they warp away. Can be really hazardous if you are, going into a hot system where there is a fight going on. You're at war and you warp into an enemy system and you warp right on top of their fleet, which I have done, and they get a number of free shots at you. They can just kind of punch you for a little while until you finally have got your engines and your weapons back online. So the reason I can't go over here and mine these, I think I mentioned this, unemployment. Oh, our pop was born. So our population here, he's up and running, but there's no resource in this location, right? All the locations with resources were taken by the initial population. So he's doing nothing, which means we have a couple of options. We could either build something here and just create work on that square, which actually I'm going to do over here. I want to build a hydroponics farm, which will add to the food there, or we could clear out one of these tiles and move him there. I'm tempted to, since we're having such good luck with, you know, minerals and credits on as far as being able to mine, and I'm not as worried about getting that up and running on the planet, I wouldn't mind go ahead and getting some science underway on this planet. So if I want to clear out, let's go ahead and clear out society science. That costs money and credits to do that, and a little bit of time. So 4 months, 4 months. And then this society research will become available, and we can move this guy over here. And so he'll just be unemployed for a little while. Also notice there's this little arrow here. You remember we had that science that upgraded our mining systems. That means we can build a mining network here as well, which will increase the minerals here from 4 to 5. So we will do that as well. Now we have a little bit of a construction queue here. Let that work get done. You can watch over here as you have planets. You can actually see their progress in doing different things over here. So our construction ship is kind of useless right now, since we can't, like I was saying, because it's outside of our empire, we can't tap these resources yet. So a couple of things we could do. Now we're not going to do them because we know we're going to be colonizing here, and that will make this accessible. Alternatively, we can also build, if we had the minerals for it, a frontier outpost, which costs 85 minerals. Plus, like I was saying, this is one of those cases where it does need some of that influence, because it will exert, if we built that here, our empire would extend around that star system, and then we could tap that star system, but we could also block it off from other races. So there's a couple of strategic reasons why you might do that. We're not going to do that for now, because we are dialed in. We want to get our colony ship research, then we want to build it, which is not cheap, let me tell you.
System survey complete.
Good. And we want to get him on the next system. We'll go over here. And I mean, you can survey way out. It's not like I'm limited. You know, that's the nice thing about this warp technology, is we don't have those specific lanes. I mean, they will kind of go from one to another, but
Research complete.
if you can kind of track it and there's no other okay, slow down, game, and there's no other empires in the way, you can get there, which isn't necessarily always true with the hyperspace and the other. Habitable Worlds Survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Mammalis. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable life-bearing worlds. So we can either activate the Habitable Worlds survey event, or just dismiss it because we don't want to mess with it. I don't know why we'd do that. We want to
Situation log updated.
We want to have stuff to do. So now we have this quest, for lack of a better term, to find 8 other habitable worlds. And once we complete that quest, which will just sort of automatically happen as our science vessel is doing its surveys, we'll get some sort of reward. We know about the unemployment. We know the survey system. I forgot to restart physics research. Oh, what do I want here? This is, man, don't give me this choice. I want all 3 of these. Do I want deflectors? Yeah, I want deflectors. Do I want better power for my ships? Yes, I want better power for my ships. Do I want blue lasers? Of course I want blue lasers. Blue lasers sounds amazing. I think it's going to be blue lasers. That's a tough one. I really did want all 3 of those, and the 4th one wasn't that bad either. I mean, this game really feels broken up into some very specific phases. Obviously, we are in the explore phase right now. I mean, true 4X fashion. Explore, as we expand our influence, we'll get much more into the exploit phase. Exterminate comes later. Explore, exploit, exterminate, expand. Yeah. Which we can't do yet either, right? So this is very much the explore phase. Like I say, the game, I like its combat. Oh, we got a black hole over here. Look at that. I can't wait to go find out about that. Don't get me wrong, I really like its combat system. I think I like it better than EU4. It doesn't feel as random, but it feels like it has a lot of potential strategic options,
complete.
which we'll get into. Mamalis has finished his construction queue. Great. So now, since we have this tile available, we are going to take this population who's doing nothing and we'll move him over here. Now he is added to our research. You can see this is suddenly bumped up from 5 to 6. We could also build that science lab. So that's the little lab. Did we research that, or do we have another one we're researching? Yeah, so the science lab is the basic building. This engineering facility is an upgrade we can make. So it upgrades and kind of focuses on a specific type of research instead. But we will start by, since we have this guy over here, we might as well build a science lab, which will add one to each of these, plus the one we already have. So it'll give us, in the end, this tile
complete.
will give us 1 physics, 2 society, 1 engineering. So let's go ahead and get that on there. Got some new science we've done. Colony ship. Awesome. That felt like it went pretty fast, all things considered. Bigger borders. I like bigger borders, but that's going to take, how long is that going to take? That's not as bad as I would have thought. Could increase food and leader lifespan. So our monthly influence can be increased usually by these sort of diplomatic sciences. So if I research this would automatically increase to 4. We haven't got things we're spending a lot on. That's useful. And orbital hydroponic farms, I'm not that worried about. There's lots of situations where that is useful. I don't think this is one of them. I kind of want this border range. I mean, just selfishly, I know it's going to take us a while. But he has a special... see, this will give you an example. So if we had this, it would take 19 months for 240 society points. For the same price, it would take... It's only like 1 month different. But later on, this becomes more important because he has the bonus to biology research. But I think of all these, this is probably the one I'm least interested in. Between hydroponic farms and this. I don't care. I just want it. The heart wants what the heart wants. Because that's going to give us, hopefully, access or put us in a better position to start accessing these other stars and their vast resources. Like over here. Already have 6 minerals. We are in a mineral-rich area.
System survey complete.
Okay, well, there wasn't a lot here, so that system survey went quickly. What else is a nearby star? We'll just go to Piscis. Yeah, awesome. Let's check out Mamalis. So we don't have a ton.
Situation log updated.
Oh, now we have another. Man, everybody is coming to... Oh, nope, not our homeworld. In Piscis, we have found these guys who we're calling Gamma Aliens. Can't really get a sense of who they are. I think that's going to end up being another civilization, though. But we can't tell. We still have to do these. So let's investigate Gamma Aliens. Again, I hate to slow this society research down, but it's the situation we find ourselves in. Our scientists are leveling up. That will help research go faster as well. Nice. And what is just hanging out here? Those beta aliens. They keep coming back. We'll figure them out soon enough. All right. I think we're going to call that a stopping spot for now. Like I say, we're managing pretty well. We have a lot of resources around that can help get us rolling. Now we just have to get access to them. And that colony ship is going to make a big part of it, but that's 350 minerals. So that's still a year out. But time flies. Won't take long. That's our next focus. Next time, we will build a colony ship. We will go colonize a new system and spread platitudes across the galaxy. Until then,
Construction complete.
good job. Good job, construction. Until then, my name is Sean Sands from Gamers with Jobs and GamersWithJobs.com, and I will see you real soon.